when is it cool for agents to speak in this manner, bruh? Like, when? Like, when did it become okay for agents to come out in this manner, I've never heard, I've been around this game for a while. Like, if you want you to speak up for your guys, for your player in that manner, I understand that.
Oh, Rich is an agent. I heard a player or something say, oh, it's weird for Rich to talk like that.
That was, I'll shout him out, Kenyon Martin. And I thought,
it's weird for him to think like that.
No, but he was not being negative. If you listen to what Kenyon Martin said.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces.
So, if y'all don't know what's going on, it's basically Kenyon Martin and Rashad McCants was like, hey, listen, it's kind of weird that an agent starting a podcast and he's talking about basketball while representing active players. It's interesting, especially when it comes to the fact that he kind of hinted that, I don't know, Austin Reaves should be like a sixth man. And I think that is what really kind of made me question things too. So I'm going to play that clip of what Rich Paul and Max Kellerman were saying about the sixth man with Austin Reaves.
I think they fit in with it. Look, ideally, Austin Reaves, and who knows what happens by the playoffs, is Ginobili, right? In an ideal world,
on a championship team,
he's the killer sixth man, right?
Yeah. But
That's
he's
not
paid,
this.
But he's paid as a starter.
He's paid. I get it.
Yeah.
So it makes it harder.
Yeah.
Right.
No, what I'm saying is, Ginobili was paid as a starter.
Sure, but in this day and age, if you're paid the way he's about to get paid, it's harder to make you a sixth man.
Going back to the championship organization versus an organization with championships. The Spurs...
On the Spurs, he'd be the sixth man, right? Especially back in the day.
The Spurs made that decision. And you know what Ginobili did? He embraced it. Right. And how many championships they win? 5.
Yeah.
It's those type of decisions.
And then we're going to get into the clip with Rashad and Kenyon talking. And then, of course, we're going to get into what Rich Paul, his response was from Kenyon Martin calling him out on Gil's Arena. So if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Tyler Rose TV. Let's get into it.
The Lakers are not contenders when they clearly are.
Well, that was his personal opinion.
I know that. So if your personal opinion, like if they're number 3 in the NBA and you're saying they're not contenders, your client, your main client, has been pushed to the number 3 position on this team that he does not get an extension for.
On an expiring contract.
It doesn't add up. I'm just saying it don't add up for you to make that type of distinction knowing that it's false. So that speaks of the Lakers having not even a strong roster to even be where they're supposed to be, but they're playing in contention. So to say that is to make it all the narrative look like the Lakers don't have something that we don't see. We're all watching them play.
They don't.
But we're watching them.
But they don't.
But we're watching them. So if they don't, that means OKC don't, nigga. But when is it cool for agents to speak in this manner, bruh? Like, when? Like, when did it become okay? For agents to come out in this manner, I've never heard, I've been around this game for a while. Like, if you want you to speak up for your guys, for your player in that manner, I understand that. But when is it okay to, they ain't good enough? Like, when you got guys on the team, what type of shit is that? Like, that shit wild. Spit nor trip, I don't know, but this is an interesting thing going on. That you're an active NBA agent and you have a show. This shit is wild to me.
Everybody.
What, you're gonna be commenting on other people and shit like this? Cool, more power to him if he got the means to do it, but still, that, it's interesting that you are an active, one of the top agents in the business. And this platform this platform is not, from what I'm gathering, it's not you speaking on the business of basketball and you trying to educate people further in that field, because you have been one of the more successful agents out there. This is not that.
It very much gives hinting that, hey, my client, LeBron James, is a third option. And on a championship team, he would be this on the Spurs. So he would be this player, and he had to buy into that role. It's real kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you're hinting at it. He ain't saying it directly, but you're having a conversation publicly about it. Speaking about a roster, speaking about a player you don't represent. Like, if you represent this player, would you say that? Probably not, right? But knowing that LeBron's role is diminished this season because of the fact that he's declining, the fact that they didn't offer him an extension, the fact that he doesn't, Rich Paul, maybe you didn't hear it in this clip, but he's basically saying that the Lakers are on a championship contender. When you speak about the team, when you speak about other players, listen, there's not many agents that are going to be doing that.
What people don't understand, obviously, I have partnerships with all teams. And I'm never going to say something on our show that I wouldn't say to them. But also what I'm not going to do is, I can't lie to our subscribers. I can't get up here and fake the funk. That's never been me. I have to be authentic, right?
Sure.
So people look at me and say, oh, Rich is an agent. I heard a player or something say, oh, it's weird for Rich to talk like that.
That was, I'll shout him out, Kenyon Martin. And I thought,
it's weird for him to think like that.
No, but he was not being negative. If you listen to what Kenyon Martin said, they have a device on the show, and I'm forgetting if it was, but it was basically like good or bad, right? Hot or not, whatever that is.
No, it was something like, is he? Yeah,
but that's
like,
the
are you
idea.
Buying it, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Buy or sell, right? And he refused to say, because he said it's neither. It's interesting. That is not negative. And
I don't think Kenyon would be negative.
He would. I think he's right. Like, one of the reasons I was interested in this is because to me, it is interesting. Like, a super agent giving opinions on sports is interesting.
Okay, so basically what everyone is saying is, most agents don't know basketball.
Is that a fact?
That's what the reaction is saying. Yeah, right?
Sure,
This is not nobody telling me what to say or planting seeds or anything like that. Right. No, I'm my own man.
No, it is odd. Now, I must say, I understand what Rich Paul is trying to do. And I don't care what y'all say. Call me a LeBron hater, whatever you want to say. I don't care. Call me what you want. Rich Paul, a part of this pod, is always going to be a narrative-controlled ideology, right? It's always going to be, these are the way you can look at things. Look at it from this lens, not from this lens. Look at it from this lens. Austin Reaves could be a sixth man. My client could be still a second option, but we still missing pieces. There's still things, there's still work that needs to be done. Remember, you are representing your client, and you are an agent. I think you're doing too much. I think the pod is good, and I love this pod so far because we got Max Kellerman challenging. Max Kellerman is not a sucker. He's not a chump, and he's going to speak up when he believes what he's going to say is correct or right. And what we just witnessed was him just doing that. He's saying, listen, he didn't say it like that. He said this. He said it's interesting. It wasn't negative. And just like he challenged Rich Paul the other day on the other video I made the other day, he said, listen, you don't think it's weird taking a 3 to keep a 10-point streak alive? You think they'll do that in Miami? You think Miami and Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra will put you in a game in a blowout? And you're joking with people on the sideline, the other team, after you're down by 20 points or so? And you take a 3 to keep a 10-point streak alive? Like, you think that, like, Max is a real one. Max is a real one. I think Stephen A. didn't want him on the show for a reason. He's not going to sit there and bow down. He's going to debate with you. It's a debate show. So I think the podcast is going to do well. Again, I've said this on record and I'll say it again. The pod is going to do well, but you have to look at why Rich Paul needs to freaking make a podcast. Like, you don't think you have enough things going on. You want to make something else. Listen, I'm not knocking somebody for making a pod. I'm just saying, like, if you're an agent, like, you getting that nice, I think it's like 6%, 5%. I don't know what they get, but these contracts, man, these $200, $300 million contracts they're giving out to these guys, and you need them to sit down and do a pod, it comes off to me as like, hey, I want to push my thoughts and opinions down the throats of people who are looking at it from different lenses, because I understand Max, because Max has been doing this for a while. But listen, you're not in the space of podcasting because you're an agent with active players right? I understand maybe after like Melo, like Gil, Rashad, Kenyon, like, hey, I retired. I was a former player. Now I'm gonna share my takes. Now I'm gonna get into my thoughts. But when you're Rich Paul, when you're still actively in the game, I'm never gonna be a fan of even LeBron's pod. I think LeBron's pod is pretty whack too. But like, I'm not a fan of active players being podcasters. Save it to after the NBA. Share your stories. Share everything you want to do. And then when you're done with basketball, then we can open that vault and get that history. We can get, all the things that you experienced. Like, cool, let's do that. But the old Paul George, Draymond Green, the LeBron, nah, I'm cool. Gil's Arena is one of my favorite podcasts. I love that. I love the Knuckleheads podcast. Paul Pierce and KG, they got a great show. But these guys are done. They're past their prime. They're retired. They're time to share things. It's time to, give back to the game of basketball with these podcasts. But I'm not a fan of Rich Paul being in the show, but I do like the fact that Max Kellerman is there to balance things out. You can't have an open discussion. You can't have open dialogue without disagreements. So if this show was just like the Mind the Game podcast, I would tell you right now it's trash because no one challenges anybody. They just agree with each other. And for the most part, it seems like they just like having some silly conversation that's like almost like pre-planned to like, I know, I agree. Yeah, I know. Isn't that interesting? Like, it don't seem like it's genuine. It seems like someone's afraid to be themselves, to speak out, to really speak their mind. And I'm not a fan of that shit. I want real talk. I need conversations to be had. I need you to damn near be upset with each other. Like I love Gil's Arena for that reason. The reason of the fact that these dudes were sitting there almost to the point where they're almost getting personal. It's almost escalating to maybe throwing blows or getting personal really with each other, and they apologize like, yo, I want real talk. I don't want this fake narrative-driven content. Let's get to the real shit. So what do you guys think of this back and forth? Is Rich Paul onto something? Is Kenyon onto something? Do you think it was appropriate for an agent to speak about their current players' organization that way? Let me know your thoughts down below. And again, if you guys new to the channel, I'd be happy for you guys to hit that subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified when I do make another video. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. My name's Tyler. This is Tyler Rose TV. I'm gonna see y'all. Peace.